let's move on to England, I think, and their strengths and weaknesses. So let's start off with England's strengths. I'm going to start off on this one because I have one very obvious one. I think England's biggest strength is Joe Root, obviously, because I mean we all saw what he did in Sri Lanka. He's scored 220 and 180, and I agree they're not the same bowling lineups, but he seems to have a plan. Like his whole sweeping plan seems to be working, and he seems to be know what he's doing. And he's always had a good record. Even in the last series when they came to India, I think he scored like 750 plus scores. It's just that no one has really scored, so they ended up with like I'm sorry. Even then they ended up with 400 run scores and still lost by an innings. It just happened that way. We had Karun Nair scoring triple hundred and never being seen again. But I mean, that's just Indian cricket, isn't it? And yeah, so I think Joe Root is a key. I think it all rests on Joe Root because the thing is, if you look what comes before and after him, which we'll come to in their squad, there isn't much either experience or skill. Because even if we talk about Ben Stokes' record in Test matches in the subcontinent is very average. He averages like 25 or 30 or something, which is not great. And he's going to be your second highest. He's going to be probably your second best, like your second mainstay batsman in this team. And he's coming off no. He's not played a test match because he was first out of because of his dad's thing, and then he was out of Sri Lanka because he was being rested. So he's not played test match cricket for a while. So I think Root is key. If we can get Root under 50 in most innings, we'll be fine.
Dude, even if we let him get 60, 70 odd, I don't think the rest of the team. Okay, this is saying a lot, but I guess I don't think their top order can stand up against this bowling lineup.
Probably. Josh, any other strengths you see for England?
I think obviously you can see that the spin bowling department and the batting department, India has the upper hand. But I think that one department of England which is, if not better, on par with India is their fast bowling lineup. It's not much because obviously we have spinning conditions in India, but when you have Anderson, Broad, and Archer to choose from, and you see that okay, only two of them can make it into the
And
lineup,
Wokes.
that says a lot. And Wokes, and of course Stokes can also bowl. So then that says a lot about their fast bowling lineup. So that's obviously one of the key strengths, along with of course Root.
Fair enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Noor, any other strengths?
I agree with you guys. Root has to perform well for England to really get any like a significant score on the board. Um, I get your point with Stokes as well. His average in the subcontinent is not great, but again, he's one of those like weird X factor players. Like you never know with Stokes. It's like he's on or he's not. So like, let's
Yeah.
see. Hope he's not. Like
Let's hope there's no Headingley in India.
yeah, Root heading me. Yeah, I think their fast bowling is great. Depends. Like I'm interested to see what everyone's gonna say about like how many fast bowlers they should bowl and stuff. But like the options they have is great. They have a lot of bench strength on that as well with Walks. So
Yeah. Kabir?
I would say that their strength is probably in their all rounders and the fact that they will bat very deep, and we have trouble with clearing out tails. And the fact that that tail can wag and go down to 8, 9, even 10 if you want to count Leach and his nice
One
watch
not
from
out.
heroics. Yeah. Um,
the true stars.
so
I
yeah, I
think.
think if you sort of go down the order, they've got plenty of batting options all the way down, and that might spell some trouble for the Indian bowlers.
Yeah, just one more thing about because since you just brought up the fast bowling options. I think Broad and Anderson, like especially in Sri Lanka, they look like they have a plan now in these conditions. Because earlier, like they've come here and they haven't really been that great. But I think now they look like they've got an idea. Or, like I think Broad has developed some leg cutter that he keeps bowling, and also he's looking to cram the batsman. And knowing our Indian batsman who loves scoring, apart from Pujara, obviously, everyone else like obsesses over scoring runs. And if you tie them down long enough, they might be able to induce a mistake. So I think that is for me, yeah, that's the key thing. We have to look at their
I
fast
mean,
bowling.
the saying goes, you have a plan until you get until you get punched in the face. And England didn't really get punched in the face when they were playing in Sri Lanka.
Who's
that
gonna punch, bro? Who's gonna punch? Tell me.
I mean, literally anybody in the top 6 could punch, which is the issue for England. So I think if they might have a plan, but if any one of our guys sort of clamps down or starts batting at a good clip, then that could spell trouble for them. I don't know. It'd be really interesting because I think like you said, Josh, the England fast bowlers are really good, and they have a lot of experience. So that in that sense, it is I think balanced at the fast bowlers level. So it does spell some difficulties for our batsmen.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I mean, we have to see how they go because obviously Broad and Anderson can't play 4 tests in a row in this amount of time. So they're going to have to rotate them and see what they do with them. But I think, yeah, okay, we'll come to that when we look at the team that we've all selected for the England side.